Melhor, rapaziada, continuando aqui no Final Fantasy XVI. Tá, agora vai para o Passo de Lomberg. É isso? É. Já apareceu o item no mesmo local. Geração do Vale. O que é? Quer ver que vai ter bicho aqui? Ou talvez não. Eu falei que ia ter, falei. Vai tomando, vem. Agora queridas. Ah, já era. Clay tá poucas, irmão. Ainda bem que eu já upei os ataques no máximo, né? Melhor coisa. Dos especiais, no caso, né, que eu uso. Não precisa lutar, vai, vambora, vai. Eu quero enfrentar esses bichos. Destino próximo. O cachorro tá lutando. Não, Helena. Aí foi. Nossa, ganhei ainda. Pouco, mas ganhei.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Nossa, o que ela tá se cagando de medo? O bicho tá lá longe. Medrosa. Vai, bora. Será que algum bicho que era pra eu caçar também já? Nossa, seria tão bom.
Anybody home?
Que bichinho lindo, hein?
Unwanted visitor. Time to go.
Aí, vamos que eu quero testar meu novo poder. Tome. Errei. Porque eu apertei o botão. Rápido. Eu escapei. Nossa, é muita porradaria. Tome. Foi bom, vai. Foi bom. Caramba, de novo esse ataque. Quebra logo ele. Não, volta tão pouco. Merda. Mano, no final, velho, tinha escapado de todos os ataques dele e no final eu apanho. É incrível, né? Que ódio, cara. 150.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Missão concluída. Tá, deixa eu... Nossa, não ganhei nada de ponto de habilidade. Olho do guerreiro. Só item porcaria. Os caras estão procurando ali, hein? Tá, saia das sombras. Quer dizer, saindo da sombra.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside.
A gente vai caçar um dragão?
Steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started.
Ah, senhora, não precisa ficar explicando, pô. Vamos logo.
But I've wrapped my brains and I
Quero
just
caçar o
can't
dragão.
remember what to do it.
Ela falou ali, né? Coisa do dragão.
Your knowledge. I know
Tomara.
the counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Fale com Harpocrates. Por que agora não deu o Fast Travel, né? Pra ela deu, mas pro cara não. Estranho. E a minha felicidade. Onde será que eu tenho ponto suficiente para pegar o último item? Ó, já tenho pelo jeito. Tá um pontinho ali.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts.
Nossa, tem mais agora? O que é isso? Muitos dizem que querem mudar o mundo, mas poucos se esforçam para realmente mudá-lo. Você é uma inspiração para todos nós. Obrigado. Aceitar doação.
Here you are.
Deve ser... Nossa, mano, habilitou um monte. Ó, medalhão do alto clérigo.
All
E o
done.
outro não mostra. Que demais, cara.
We're seeing troops in that side of the border.
O que ela tem aqui, será, hein?
And what can I do for you? Go on then.
Carrega ataques mágicos automaticamente e mantém a carga até eles serem lançados. O efeito do acessório está ativado após a habilidade mágica carregada ser aprendida. Qual que é esse? Aumenta a quantidade de geração transcendência em 3. Geração transcendência em 6. Não quero. Nossa, tô com 1.600 presas. Brabo.
Finished, are you?
Sei lá, mano. Acho que é um... Não sei. Eu não vi nada diferente ali.
Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Olha lá, blindagem.
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Hippocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
Reúna o material necessário. Ué, já posso falar com ele? Ah, pra ir, né? No caso. Ir na missão, eu acho.
Have you made your decision?
Ai, caramba, pra escolher quem que vai.
Your little excursion.
Calma aí. Ainda não decidi.
Your time. It doesn't do to rush such things.
Deixa eu ver o que ela fala.
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames. We could have done with some of that on Justinus.
I doubt I would have survived that place with or without it. A trip to Northreach, though, I think either of us could handle.
Qualquer um? É, vou chamar a Jill pra ir comigo então.
So, Clive.
Porque qualquer um aguenta, né?
Your decision? Who will accompany
Foi ela que falou.
on your little excursion?
Tá, a Jill vem comigo.
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts. Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem
Cara se aproveitando, mano, da situação.
potent effects that
Faz
are
as compras pra ele aí.
effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
Mentira, que eu vou ter que ir até o quarto dela lá só pra falar vamos.
You too, Talia.
Que droga, cara. Olha lá, vai, quer ver? Fale com a Jill. Ah, não. Ah, não vai precisar. Que bom. Só ir direto. Mano, o que o cara tá falando de dragão aquela hora, mano? Tava mó da hora. A Jill tá aqui. Ah. Faz sentido. Tá, agora... Opa. Agora cadê ela? Opa, foi pro lado errado. Nossa, tá lá na frente. Cadê? Aqui, ó.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Meu Deus do céu, cara, que missão difícil, hein? Ah, mano, eu queria lutar com um dragão, cara.
What can I interest you in today?
Alho.
I trust it's all here. You're always welcome here in Lostwing.
Ah. Tá, amigo, foi mal aí. Falou. Falou, valeu.
How the hell is anyone supposed to have...
Verdureiro.
Sell or be gone. Good riddance.
Valeu, valeu, valeu.
Let's see how Jill's getting on.
Caramba, mano. Pouco... Ah, não dá nem pra chamar de missão isso, né?
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Não, não consegui.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool. But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
Lá ela. Tá querendo climbers. Oh, dog.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells?
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
Thank you.
And I saw some bread.
Cara, comprou 1 milhão de pães aí.
Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive. Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
Nossa, que pergunta idiota, cara.
This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Ih, vai rolar o beijinho? Não? Ô, louco. Aquela hora quem que atrapalhou mesmo? Foi o Gav, né? O Gav. Na hora que os dois iam dar um beijinhos, o cara entrou na frente. Opa.
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Harpocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the
I know.
hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
Puta merda, hein, bicho. A gente poderia ter um monstro pra caçar aqui na frente. Mas não tem, que pena. Cheguei, amigo. Rápido, né?
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Tarja how we might best go about preparing the moondew.
Orvalho lunar.
Now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moondew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other, followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
Caramba, deu bom, hein?
Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
Aí. Habilitou o fast travel.
Sorry to keep you
E
waiting.
aí, será que acabou tudo ou vou ter que pegar mais alguma coisa pro
Work on the
bar?
shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat, a coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
Black Hammer.
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
Same difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Muito engraçado mesmo. Mas pra onde que a gente vai que precisa de um barco, mano? Algum tempo depois. Isso daí não é um barco? Uma ilha barco, sei lá. E aí, cadê?
It's finished! It's finally finished!
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
Caramba, falta 3.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
Vai falar com ela de novo? Fale comigo.
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Tá, e agora? Uma nova missão disponível nas proximidades. Puta merda. Cadê? Ir pra cima. No meu quarto?
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
Se não me engano, é no quarto dele. Estranho. Acho que eu nunca peguei missão aqui, né? Eu peguei, eu tô louco. Deixa eu ver o que eu catei de... Como que é o nome? Memórias. Tem juramento. Ué, tem outro? Cadê? Massas. Marcele. E Arreio da Ambrosia. Dá pra ver? Pô, legal, hein? Tá, cadê agora? Mesa de leitura. Sou Black Torm. Só pra ler? Atender o pedido. Ai, meu Deus do céu. Achando que talvez o problema não é só o couro. Será que temos demônios rodeando pela cabeça dele? Mas se estiver ali, talvez possa perguntar ao velho qual é o problema. Tá, ele tem um mau pressentimento. Da Sharon. Confiança. Quem que é esse maluco? Ah, o Gaut. Aliança. Isso aqui é tudo missão? Não, isso aqui não é missão, é? Não. Isso aqui é só carta mesmo. Esses três é. Tá, mas deixa quieto. Não vou pegar agora, não. Não, eu posso pegar, né? Posso pegar e não preciso correr atrás depois. Quer dizer, posso correr atrás depois.
Hopefully it's nothing.
Preciso fazer direto já, tá ligado? É só não apertar nada. Casa do Ferreiro 2. 2. Tá, o meu próximo é... Mau pressentimento.
What could be wrong with Torgor? He seemed well enough when I last saw him.
O Torgor? O cachorro? Ossos do ofício. Não. Agora o último é... Confidencial.
Trouble with the ledgers. Shouldn't he be asking Otto for help?
Ding, 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 ding. Eu já faço essas secundárias. Falta que tá aqui do lado, mano. Eu não sei se eu pegar, continuar a missão principal, se vai dar algum erro, tá ligado? Faz logo, velho.
Blackthorn, do you have a moment?
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. August was worried about you, that you might still be doubting your craft, even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Is there something else weighing on your mind? Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, you've got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well, Karen showed me something. Something I've never seen before.
And that was?
A sword. An odd-looking thing with a single-edged blade. The metal itself wasn't anything to write home about, but fuck me, the edge on it. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that, and he'd be halfway home before he even realised he'd been cut.
So that's what's troubling you?
No. Not troubling me exactly. More distracting. Can't stop thinking, how do you get an edge that sharp? It's driving me mad.
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blades.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always welcome, and we can't have our master blacksmith being distracted.
You're a soft touch, you know that. But I can't say I'm not grateful for it. Good luck, eh?
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about this sword.
Quem? Tá, falar com Sharon. Nossa, pior que eu tenho que falar com a missão dela.
I got your note.
Olha lá.
You think something's wrong with Torgal?
So you can read. Congratulations. But I didn't say I were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He's not been eating me treats. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled bread.
Véia folgada.
Now he won't so much as look at him. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of a mind that his mind's on something else. You've not been working him too hard, have you?
No harder than usual. Is that it, boy? Do you need a rest?
What was it you said he was? A frost wolf?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with whatever it is that's woken inside him.
I suppose things have been different since Rosalith. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything, you mean? Perhaps.
You're looking well, Karen.
What do you want? Out with it.
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn. Single-edged and extremely sharp.
Running around after him again, are you?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that. It's driving him to distraction.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go straight into private collections. Which made it nice and easy finding a buyer.
Can you tell me who bought it? Where is it now?
You think I tell people who my clients are? Suppose you're not likely to go nicking him off me, are you now? Fine. If you stop mooning at me like that. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmecian bloke. Collects weapons and the like. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourite clients. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil, where I left him.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, and he's a touch eccentric, if you take my meaning.
I appreciate the warning.
Encontre Gnak. Tá, mas o que tem aqui primeiro? Fale com Gaut. Fale com... Mano do céu, tem que falar com muita gente. Do nada caiu o FPS.
Lawsman,
Maravilha.
I need to ask you about Torgal.
Toko.
Something's not right with him.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to have lost his appetite, which is certainly a new development. She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have something to do with what happened at Rosalith Castle.
A transformação.
I rather think she might be right, though not about his appetite. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open bones for the rich marrow that resides within, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not a lack of appetite that afflicts Torgal, but a surfeit of it. If we assume that his newfound magics require additional nourishment to sustain, it may well be that the bones Lady Karen is accustomed to providing are no longer sufficient. Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may yield altogether different nutrients. As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze the meadows of eastern Rosaria have been known to grow to a size more than double that of their lesser cousins.
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures rarely leave the safety of the highlands for fear of predators. The last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about took place near Cressida, and that was long before the village was abandoned.
Even so, it seems like a good place to start.
Good hunting, Clive.
Ai, ai. Só falta falar com o Gaut.
Is that the thing Tomes helped build?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
A ship. E aí, Gaut. Fala aí.
Clive, did you get my letter?
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Otto might be listening.
Otto?
Is this better?
A little. Listen, I've some bad news. It turns out the hideaway may be slightly behind in its payment to certain lenders.
Pô, do jeito que ele tava falando pra fazer silêncio, eu pensei que era Como fala?
I thought I had the
Espião, tá ligado? Entre nós.
Sadly, that square turned out to be more of a circle.
É dinheiro.
Zero, you might say. I can straighten it out, I swear, but it's gonna take some time, and I'm gonna need help keeping it from Otto.
Bit late for that, I'd say.
There you are! What a surprise!
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders what they're due, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you.
Eita.
I hope he'll dig you out of the hole you've dug for yourself. Clive, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. Why? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen. But only 500 talents.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends.
Tem que pagar todo mundo, então.
5 million gil.
Each. 5 million each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made some sort of oversight.
Those ledgers were my responsibility, and it was my decision to entrust them to you. This is my fault.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask my uncle.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. We've lightened Lord Rosfield's purse enough. After the king's ransom we had off him, he deserves better than to see our begging bowl. Besides, We'll need to learn to stand on our own if we're gonna make this work.
All right. But that doesn't mean you have to shoulder the burden yourself. Is there anything I can do to help?
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece, these are.
A little something Sid and I set aside for when times got lean. And I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes are a bit more discerning than yours.
I'm sure there will be.
Ai, que susto.
Should be me making the rounds, really. But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark, asses to wipe and all that.
I know. Which is why I don't mind going in your place.
Vai logo, Otto. Meu Deus do céu. Tá enrolando demais.
Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star rubies?
Because you'd rather Lady Karen killed me.
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you. Yes.
Caramba. What the fuck?
Well, I suppose this is goodbye then.
Don't worry. I'm sure Karen will understand.
Really? Do you think so?
É óbvio que eu vou ter que salvar ele, né?
I don't.
Nhé. 2 rubias estrelantes. Entregue a rubia estrelar a Marta, entregue para Isabelle. Quem que é Isabelle, mano? Eu não vou clicar nele. Não tá aqui? Tá, um é aqui. Ciências bizarras. Opa, tem coisa nova aqui. Tá, vamos ver o que eu posso pegar. A drama do portador. Meteorito.
All yours.
Legal.
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Olha o lag, compadre. O lag.
Think Mid might need some help.
Falou?
Well, that's... Here, Sid. Reckon you might be just the man to help me out of a bit of bother. If you were mind...
Ih, é missão nova, pô.
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this alembic the chief's got me making. Lovely bit of kit it is. Bung in a solution you want splitting, and it'll separate it out, just like that. Problem is, it won't always get rid of all the impurities. And with some of the stuff we need it for, that ain't good enough. Which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid we'll be cooking off. And that's where I was hoping you could help me out.
I imagine Ty could get some use
Por que não?
alembic too. Distilling
Puta ânimo, né?
like.
Ah, mano.
All right. Why not?
Proper job!
So what exactly do you need for this filter?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do.
Cinzas de bomba.
Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the university stores. Couldn't believe my eyes. You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out clear as a mountain stream. So, I did a bit of reading about where I might be able to get hold of some. And do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king. They leave them behind when they die, see?
I take it that's where I come in.
If you wouldn't mind. I saw a billet on the hunt board for one.
Bomba
the
Rex.
other day. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of flame isn't exactly my forte. You, on the other hand...
Tá, ele quer caçar o bicho
I'll see what I can
e
do.
dropa o item lá pra ele, né?
Thank you kindly. And good hunting, eh?
Ciência bizarra. Será que esse aqui já mostra pra mim onde que tá? Direto? Cada entregue... 83. Mate antílopes anciões em Gresida. Então tá bom, né? Use o quadro da caça para localizar o Bomba Rex. Mano, muita missão, Jesus amado. Por que eu peguei tudo de uma vez, pô? Caguei. Pergunte o relatos de bombas. Cadê esse aqui? Tá. A Moringa Sambrek. Tomou o caminho errado, foi parar em uma floresta próxima, onde encontrou ruínas de uma aeronave dos decaídos. Dentro, uma fera que aparentava ser uma grande bola de fogo. A perseguiu e fez sair correndo, gritando... Tá. A Moringa Sambrek. Vai ter que clicar nele de novo? Ah não, a mesma coisa ele vai falar, né? É. Tá, sai. Tá, a Moringa Sambrek. É aqui? Qual que é o 2, o 1? O 1 é pra cá, então. Não sei. Por que tá marcando um aqui ainda, mano? O que eu tenho que fazer, porra? Usei o quadro, já usei o quadro. Calma aí. Tem alguma coisa errada? Tinha que apertar alguma coisa? Deixa eu ver o quadro, vai. Mas não dá pra selecionar isso. Que dá isso? Por que não dá pra selecionar o bicho, né? É mais fácil. Sambrek e a Moringa. Tá, tchau. E pra... Onde que é o... É pra baixo? Que é... Mandíbula. Não é ali, não? Sambrek. Rosário. O que é essa merda, mano? Sei lá, foda-se. Vamos nesse aqui, vai. Ah, mano, nem pra ter um fast travel. Pra cá? Caverdale. Nunca lembrei que dá pra fazer isso aqui, ó. Ficar meia hora correndo, sendo que tem a montaria. É, não é tão rápido assim também, né? Mas é melhor. Pega na corrida aí, seus otários. Bicho, o tamanho do bicho. Minotouro. Minotourozinho. Falou, irmão. Não tenho tempo pra perder com você, não. Aquele abraço. Que?
Yeah, we'll find one bigger than that. Hungry, Torgal?
Rapaz, não foi o suficiente. Esse bicho tá com muita vida, por quê? Caramba, não tomou meus ataques incríveis. Achou bugado com a boca aberta?
this one.
E aí, foi? Coisa linda, cara.
Now. Will it be enough, I wonder? I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsman our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Fetch!
Que belezinha de doguinho.
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after, I can see about getting some in.
Speaking of which, I brought one for later. Can I leave it with you?
Femur de antílope. Você falou um. Cadê? Mandou 5.
You can, eh? I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
I was just on my way to see him.
Ah, o velho.
Ah, Clive. Were you able to locate your quarry?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since.
Very good, very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah. But that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
Oh, he's more than an ally. He's a friend.
Aê, concluído. Presa de cavalo.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive? There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been
Que
meaning
da hora.
to show you.
Ordem Sagrada dos Escudos Negros. Pretos, quer dizer. Legal, parabéns. Escudos pretos.
You wish to study the tomes?
Legal, mano. O que muda o mental leve aqui?
The door to the shelves shall
Nada.
ever be open.
Tá, não quero ler, não. Entregue o rubi pra... Cadê essas pessoas pra entregar o rubi também, né? Ou nem pra tá aqui. Quebra tudo. Tá, deixa eu ver para onde... Ah, aqui do lado.
People take notice
Aqui
of wealthy
dentro.
men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Cara rico.
The same Drake's fang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone.
Here, you. Listen, I've got this.
Demorou demais.
Before, I don't think they all fell. Some of them are still living.
My reputation will be ruined. Ruined!
Calm
Me,
yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please,
Ô, louco.
allow me to apologize.
Cara otário.
His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
Poxa, eu tô do lado de fora. As ideias.
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? Oh, no. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him somewhat fractious. He has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin. Coin the innkeeper will soon be keen to collect.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one condition.
You have but to state it. You are welcome to anything that is within my power.
Vai querer a espada, né?
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough. Then I'll be on my way.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Tá, recupera os objetos roubados. Vamos, deixa eu ver. Tá pra lá? Legal.